Well, everyone, we're back. I'm Sam Lassant, and this is the Schuylkill Report. I'm here with my co-host, Jerry Enders. It's been an exciting year so far, Jerry, and it's nice to see you again.
Well, it's nice to be back, Sam. We had a couple extra weeks off. You were in Florida.
Yes, I went to see my daughter. She has a fine dining restaurant. Now it's called Two Georges.
Right.
Oceanside Bar and Grill. It's on Cape Canaveral. It's a great place. But we really enjoyed it. So my son and I went down, and we were able to relax and have a good time. It's nice to be home, but it was interesting.
But nice to be in Florida.
Yeah, it was nice. The weather was beautiful there. You know, and she's close. I saw 2 launches.
Did you really?
Oh yes, 2 launches, and where she lives, you could just see them.
So you don't have to go in. She can have a party at the restaurant.
A launch party.
A launch party, yeah.
You know, I was thinking, Jerry, you were talking about different homes. You know, when you look at, I did a promo for this show back in the summer last year, and we talked about the communities. Right. And we talk about the people that live in this area. You know, and you know, I came from a patch town, Pottsville, very proud of it. But when we were growing up, you know, it was a whole different lifestyle. I think we talked about this before. And when I look at I asked you about Schuylkill County, when I look at Monterey City, Shenandoah, Delano, Minersville, Pottsville, you know, Orensburg, all these different towns, and you look at the people that live in this area, and then you look at the surroundings of where we live, and you know, the churches, the faith that we have, and you just hope that it would continue to be that way, and that which proves for a good, successful, I think, city, borough, or county. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, yeah, there's a big ethnic diversity in our county, in our area. I mean, and everybody gets along well. Everybody gets along well, and you're right. There's a lot of churches, a lot of different denominations and stuff in the churches. But, you know, the other thing in our area, people are hard workers. You started in our area and up in your area. We're looking at coal miners, people that came over from Ireland and all, and went right down in the coal mine. They didn't have an easy life. Our great-grandfathers, grandfathers. And so it kind of put the work ethic in, just like, look at Dick Yingling, how hard he works. He still gets up in the morning and loads trucks. We learned how to work in the coal region, and then up in your area, down here. And I think it does make a difference, and if we could instill that more on the young people.
And how do you do that?
I mean, how do you do that? I think they're spoiled with the social media.
Right here.
Too much of that. Yep, too much social media and too much content on there that is meaningless but gets their attention. Yeah. So instead of out playing kick the can, kick a stick, go out at night with your friends, you know. And the other thing I look at, Sam, people don't have 2 hands today because one hand always has the phone, and if you see some people, the other hand has the bottle of water. Yeah. Now, you and I know, and
you have both now.
Right, and you and I know that in our day, and we have Tom Smith coming on here, and he's going to tell you the same thing, we used to go out and play and then drink out of the garden hose. Well, nobody today would even think of that. But things have changed, Sam. You're right.
You would hope that they would say, coming down in the car today, 2 of my good friends, Father Steve and Father Sadir, we're talking about the churches, you know, and how many churches are closing. Yeah. And the key is, well, they wouldn't be closing if people would be going to them. Right. You know, and no matter what the churches are, whether it's Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, is, you know, are we losing some faith in some, but in some areas, as Father Steve said today, they're booming. You know, so what is it? You know, it's interesting. You know.
Well, I think wouldn't say we're losing the faith. People still have faith, Sam, but they don't want the commitment of having to go into church. They're so committed all week, and there again with the cell phone, there's so much going on. Mm-hmm. I mean, I looked at my calendar today to make sure I'm going to be here, and this afternoon I have something else. This weekend there's something else. There's so much going on in our lives that we did not have, and it even affects the retail business, like the car business. Yeah. Saturday, we used to go into the dealership and sell 5 cars. Now we're lucky if we have 2 people stop because there's soccer games, softball games, the grandparents, the aunts, they're all at ball fields. We didn't have that years ago. You had your sports after school.
Yes.
And then Friday night, you went shopping, you got your paycheck. Saturday, you went shopping.
And Sunday you went to church.
And Sunday, you went to church.
Speaking
And that
of-
is the key.
Speaking of family, you were just at a graduation, right?
I was just out in Michigan over the weekend. Our grandson, Brendan, graduated from Concordia University out there. And it was really a nice ceremony. It had a lot of rain, but it was a great day yesterday. We spent the weekend with the grandson and with the family out there, so we really enjoyed it. And Concordia, that's another university of faith. You know, they teach faith and religion and stuff. And it was nice. It was a nice ceremony.
You enjoyed yourself.
And so now we got one graduated, and, you know, we got a whole bunch to do yet, you know.
So May is an interesting month. This is a Schuylkill report. I want to also make mention here, some people from Monterey City had called me and told me about different events. You know, as I'm getting older, I'm forgetting a couple things. So if you wouldn't mind, my email is sam@sptv.com. Email me those questions and comments, and Jerry and I'll be more than happy to talk about them, particularly I know Monterey City, there's some events coming up in Shenandoah and different areas. I'd love to have you. And if any individual mayors or anyone from the areas would like to come on the show, just give us a call. We'd like to talk to you. I forget something.
And with that, Sam, you and I both had phone calls. I had calls from the last show where Amy Knapsinger called. They've got a nonprofit. They've seen the show. They want to know how to get involved with Explore Schuylkill. So people are watching. People have questions, and they know where to call. And that's exciting to see that.
So you're going to have to work a little bit harder now because your museum is opening, isn't it?
The museum opened this weekend. We had a great weekend. Yeah. We had a lot of tourists in over the weekend. They were very busy, even with the weather. It was great. So the museum's open now. The museum will be open all summer to the end of October. So a lot of good things going on in Pottsville, and we're going to get into that. We're going to meet with Tom Smith here, president of the Schuylkill YMCA board, and then we'll have Salvis Logothaitis in to talk about the things going on in Pottsville this month.
I think that'll be a separate show, won't it?
That'll be a separate show.
We have to give him all the time that we have to give.
All the time we
One
have.
question about the museum. Did you add anything?
Yes, we always add. We changed some cars around. We added some new memorabilia, changed some things around. We do it every year, Sam, keep people interested.
Let me tell you, you don't even have to change a thing.
No.
I mean, you know, if we've shown this, you know, you're all around the town many times. It's just a great, I mean, you could spend the whole day in there, you know.
Well, I had Tom in, Tom Smith, going to be here with us in a minute. I had him in for a walk around. He said, my gosh, he said, can't believe all the stuff in there. And then I take Salvis in there, and he looks around and he says, what's that phone there with that rotary thing on? You know, so when you take the younger people and they have no idea, you know. And then he tried, on the rotary, he was trying to push his fingers in the rotary thing. I said, Salvis, it don't work that way.
Hi, my friends. You're watching the Schuylkill Report. Coming up is Thomas Smith, the man who does a lot for this area. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back to your Schuylkill Report. I'm Sam Lassant, and thank you for making the Sam Lassant Show the #1 talk show in Northeastern Pennsylvania. I appreciate that very much. Remember, my friends, we're on Comcast 190 every day from 7 to 11. That's in the Comcast 190, serving all of the greater Pottsville area. Then picking it up from Sinclair up to Mountaintop, we're on Service Electric Cablevision, channel 13 and 513, 24/7. And from Mountaintop up to our good friends in Pittston, we're on the Service Electric Cable Communication, channel 92 every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 11. And I really appreciate you viewers and I appreciate all my viewers, but the 32% increase in viewership in the Wilkes-Barre area. And of course, we've been here in Pottsville since 1999 with all our good friends. Joining me on the Schuylkill Report, the great helper for the show is Jerry Enders. And now joining us is Tom Smith. And Tom, you are the president of Schuylkill County YMCA.
Yes, I am.
All right, now, tell me about the YMCA, what it does, and all these great things.
So we're a countywide YMCA. We're just not for Pottsville. We're a lot of misguided thoughts there, but we're definitely for the county. We have great programs. Right now, we have a very successful summer program that runs 9 weeks, and it's 30 kids a week run through that program, and we're already booked for the summer, and I think we have one opening left.
What do you do?
We have the kids get entertained, they do crafts, they do sports, they're active, they're out doing things. And then every Friday they have a field trip somewhere. So it's really a good thing for the kids, and the parents can't wait.
How did you get involved with the YMCA?
I've always liked to volunteer for the community, and the YMCA was in kind of a tough spot there 12, 13 years ago. So I got on the board, well, actually 11 years ago, started just as a board member, and then I came up through the ranks and became board president. We have a lot of things going on at the Y. We have a fantastic gymnastic program. We have full-time instructors. We're one of the only gyms in the area that have programs for adults, whether it be silver sneakers, whether it be yoga, whether it be almost anything. And we have open basketball.
So it requires a lot of your time.
It does require a lot of time, but I really enjoy it.
I can just say, you have to have a passion for these things. You know, it's interesting, you know, like this guy, my co-host Jerry, he's like involved in a zillion things. Plus he has a business. And I know this for a fact, working with him with the cruise. This guy lost thousands upon thousands of dollars of business for his own family, to putting it back in the community. And that's what you're doing.
Yes.
That's exactly,
Yeah.
and I applaud people like you, because you know, until you get involved with it and know all of the work that's involved, then you know, I mean, oh, he's just the president. But when you see what Tom Smith does, it's a whole different ballgame. Now, Jerry, we're here for a reason, and this is interesting.
He's mentioned about the different programs. Connie, that you know down at the office, Connie comes up twice a week to the gym classes up here.
Oh yeah,
Been doing it for a couple of years, really enjoys it and all. But yeah, we are.
that's
here.
why she's so spunky.
That's why she's spunky, and I let her buy the cars.
There you go.
You know, but Tom and I become friends here over the past few months. We were friends before. We lost contact, got back together. I was here for the dedication night of the Schuylkill YMCA and Alvernia / Opaque Institute, partnering with the YMCA. And I was with Tom and Dave Argo and a lot of them that are investing money into this endeavor here. And they're putting in a new gymnasium right behind us, Sam, that will belong to the Y, but the rest of this building here is unused. So they're going to remodel that, and that will bring down students. So you gave a really good talk that night. So this will be, there's so many, how many girls gymnastics and are looking for a new place? What, about 30 you were talking?
We're close, Jerry, close.
Yeah.
We have 70 kids now involved. We have a waiting list of 243. And that's from all
You
over
gotta
the
be
county.
kidding me.
No, there's such a demand for it. We're one of the only competitive gymnastic programs in the county. And the shame of it is, people are having to drive an hour and a half to go out of the area.
Yes, yeah.
Because we can't have that. We can't take them on. Now, go ahead.
Is this only for Schuylkill County now?
It's the Schuylkill County YMCA.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll take members from anywhere if they
Okay,
want to
so if
join.
someone from the McAdoo, Hazelton, or different areas want to become involved.
If they want to be in the gymnastic program, but I
Yeah.
have to say we take Schuylkill County residents first.
Well, no, I
to get
understand
the
that.
price.
Yeah, because that's really interesting.
Yeah, so
The gymnastic, that's going to be really interesting.
we started this program looking 5 years ago because our problem is we can't service all of our members because our gymnasium with the gymnastic program is tied up 4 days a week. It takes over 2 hours to take the equipment up and take it down, so we cannot have different days. We have to have 4 days. So that leaves the regular members that want to use the basketball court. And with the basketball court, we're one of the only elevated floors with a wooden floor in the county. All the other ones are concrete, very hard on the joints of us older guys.
big time, yeah.
So we have a elevated wood floor. They love that, but they can only access it 3 days a week. So we're missing out on serving everyone. That's where this program beside us came. Our gymnasium's 5,400 square feet. We're now picking up 7,600 square feet for the new gymnastic program, and it's going to be full-time gymnastics.
It's just going to be great. And like I said, the support of the community, the support of Dave Argo and some of the legislators and that's what makes all this happen. You get some grant money, but it's people like Tom spearheading it, just like I did with the cruise. You have to have a leader. He's a good leader. He's getting it done. He pulls it together.
And he's not selfish.
No.
See, that's the good part of it.
He
That's
gives
what I
back
enjoy
and-
working with Jerry is. Jerry is a giver, and he's not a selfish person. He's tough at times,
Yeah.
but that's the way it should be. I mean, sometimes you got to be tough, and I always admire. I really enjoy coming down and doing these shows here because people like you that you meet. And you're not meeting phonies. You're not meeting people that just want to do it for the title. You've seen that.
Yes,
Ron.
we used to call them, Jerry's probably, board collectors.
Yeah.
They want their name on a board.
Yeah.
Well, our board at the YMCA, we don't have that. They are all hard workers. I'd be remiss not to mention, as Jerry did with Dave Argel and so forth, Tim Twardzik and Dave Argel were instrumental in putting this together. They got us an RCAP grant from the state for $1 million to go into
Yes.
this. With that, we had to match $1 million, and we are close. We're still looking for donations, but we are really close to having this all put together.
And that money will go towards the
This is all for the gymnasium. It all stays right here in the community. It all goes towards it. They're actually
this is under
constructing
construction now.
it. It's
though.
under construction now.
Right behind us, actually, Sam, we had to ask him to stop working so we could film.
So you're looking at this opening when?
We're hoping it's going to be open by January of 26, if not sooner. The way they're going over there, they're really going at it, and they're hard workers. It wasn't an easy project because this is the old giant supermarket.
all right.
So there's a lot of obstacles to overcome with plumbing, electric, and they handle it. It's going to be a gorgeous facility.
The interesting thing about when you're doing things like this for the community, and I've been involved many times, and you're looking at the people who are ahead of these things have to have the knowledge, have to have the experience to be able to do what you do, Tom.
Yes.
Okay, and then that's where leadership comes in, and I think that's so critical. We see it in the country. We see it no matter any business. You look at any successful business, Jerry. You're looking at who's running it,
Right.
and you find out the person who's running it knows what they're doing. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. The YMCA is a business. It's a nonprofit.
Absolutely.
It's a 501(c), but you have to run it like a business. And we have fantastic board members that have knowledge on all ends. But yeah, it was.
Who are some of your board members?
We have Bo Bates is instrumental in this program. He went lockstep with me on every inch of this program. You have Katrina Marks. You have Sue Bendel, Yannicone, Kirk Finelli, Jen Yingling, just to name a few.
That's great. You have a good working board.
And everybody's involved. Everybody works hard.
You don't have him on the board, do you?
No.
Okay.
No, we
but
have requirements.
requirements.
They do have limits.
Yeah.
They're only allowed one old car guy on the board at a time.
But there again, Sam, quickly, it's just like Explore Schuylkill. I'm proud of our team and the girls, and Regina, and Tom shared with me he's proud of the people that run it.
They earn
You're
that.
only as good as the people that are there.
They earn that respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sam, we really have to thank some of our sponsors here.
You think?
I think we should. Explore Schuylkill. They've been a great partner. Bob Weaver Chevrolet, Pottsville Eye Specialist. They're right over there in Palo Alto. Christine Holman, the Republican Herald, Jerry's Northeast Auto Sales / Museum. And we can't forget our good friend Vito up at Vito's Coal Fired.
That's where we go after lunch.
Yep, and so we want to thank our sponsors. Without our sponsors, we really couldn't be doing this. And I think you have another one or two.
We have the Republican, you mentioned the Republican
Right.
Herald, and the paper has been actually great to us. It's still getting the local information out is important, so we want to thank the Republican Herald for that.
Now you have something else going on. Did you ask him?
When we started our shows here, okay, and one of the things we emphasize is we're local neighborhood programming, and we're very proud of that. We produced over 20 of them. You go to our website, you'll see all the shows we produce. But one of the things we address is we're looking at what we do locally and what neighborhood doing. And I understand that you're running for mayor in
Yes.
Pottsville.
Yes.
And, my good friend Dave Clues
Yes.
did a great job. He did a monthly report. When you're running for office these days, boy, I applaud anybody who's running. I mean, you're going to, it's going to be a challenge,
Yes,
But
a
why
big
did
challenge.
you decide you want to run for mayor?
So
Don't
this-
you have enough going for you with the YMCA and enough headaches?
I'm like this guy. You can always help. So I'm wrapping up this project here with the gymnastic program I'm actually working on for the last 5 years. Really took off 2 years ago. This is winding down. It's being handled now, and it's under control. I'm looking for something. I like to help the community. I don't like the path Pottsville's on right now. I think we can do better. I think we can do much better. We have great support with the business owners and so forth. And one thing I bring to the table that is not there, I have a great working relationship with all the local representatives, senators, and so forth, or legislators. I have a good working relationship, and that's what really is going to bring our communities around, a good working relationship with our legislators.
So you were able to see what was going on in the town by
Yes.
living here, et cetera.
I've been here since 1988.
Now, you know, you realize that when you become mayor, you know, you have your responsibilities and you have your aggravations, et cetera, like that. Are you prepared for all that stuff?
Yes, I am. I've been in business for 40 years and always dealing with people, and that I think I have a good level head on how to deal with. There's a wide variety of people I'll be dealing with, and I think we experience that in business.
That's key. If you can't work with people, particularly with your legislators, if you can't work with them, then you have a problem. You know,
Yes.
and you have an extensive background, don't you?
Yeah, very extensive.
Is your family on board with this?
Yes, they are. My wife's very supportive. I have 2 children, 3 grandchildren. Actually going to have a senior in my house again for the first time in 20 years. My grandson's going to come and live with us and finish high school at Nativity.
Oh, okay.
And then go to Penn State Schuylkill, which we all know it'll still be there.
What do you think is needed for Pottsville?
What is needed, our current administration is, they're kind of closed door, I feel. We actually lost, I don't know, Jerry, if I can rent.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we lost a very vital program that was handed to us, and we mishandled the paperwork. It was called a CRIS grant, and it would have been a minimum of $1.5 million a year for up to 30 years, that it would have been a state tax reimbursement for the city for redevelopment infrastructure, which would have brought in more businesses and would have really increased the tax base.
How'd you lose that?
What I understand, I don't have it in front of me, but what I understand is Dave Argle's office, Senator Argle's office, handed them the paperwork, filled it out, was done incorrectly.
When was this?
This was last fall. So the paperwork was handed back because it was a slam dunk for Pottsville. We were the only third class the size of the city. We were the only one applying. It was a slam dunk. Paperwork was submitted, was wrong. So they sent it back for a second time. Resubmitted again, didn't ask for the proper help, wasn't handled right. They sent it back a third time. City Hall's right up over the hill. Right down here is a grant writer that will help anybody, city, nonprofit, helped me with grants for the YMCA.
Mismanagement, Sam.
I was just saying, elbows and
That's
management.
that's the word.
Well, I wish you the best. And congratulations on what's going here.
Thank you.
Tom Smith, my friends, great for the community. We're going to take a quick break. Well, welcome back to the Schuylkill Report. I'm Sam Lassant. Joining me is Jerry Enders. And sitting next to me is Thomas Smith. Tom is our guest, and if you know we showed this show a number of times, go to our website, ssptv.com, and my email is sam@ssptv.com. Jerry, Tom, we're going to wrap it up, and we have exciting shows coming up.
We have a lot of good shows coming up.
Next
And
show
don't forget, they can Google us, SSP TV,
Oh, yes.
or check us out on Facebook. We're going to have it on Facebook.
Yep.
So we got a lot of, Sam, we got to jump into that social media market because
You think?
that way we're covering both ends of the spectrum here.
You think, huh? Okay.
Yeah, with the younger
So
people.
We have a next show is, who do we have
Next
coming
show
up?
is going to be Salvis Logothaitis. He's the executive director of PADCO, and he's going to join us here for the next show coming up. And he'll be talking about the film festival going on here in Pottsville. It's going to be the first one. They just had the 11th film festival over in Jim Thorpe, and it's a really big deal. A lot of famous people coming in. So we're going to get Salvis in here and get him to tell us all about it and who some of the celebrities are besides him that are going to be on the show.
Well, Tom will be there, right?
Tom will be there, yeah.
You'll be there.
Tom will be there.
Well, I wish you the best, Tom, and thanks for coming on the show, okay? Even though you had to sit next to Jerry, what can I tell you?
You're welcome.
Remember, my friends, 24/7, Comcast 190, 7 to 11 p.m. every day, Hazelton, from Sinclair up to Mountaintop, channel 13 and 513, and the Wilkes-Barre Mountaintop area, channel 92. for every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 11. We'll see you next time.